immediate takeaways from season opening win?
It's a heck of a win for us. Honestly, I didn't realize it's been a number of years since they've won up here. So it was good for our guys. They were happy to get the W, but I just like the way we played. We started strong. We talked about having momentum. We knew from the start they were going to play with, high energy, be very physical. We weathered the storm, made shots early. We knew they were going to make a run. Obviously, this team is a team that doesn't quit. So we were able to do a better job of playing with poise and able to come away with it.
To your point about momentum, I know we've asked about Trez's energy, and you've said I'm not sure how else to ask it, but what does he give you on a night like this when maybe the atmosphere is one of the tests that you have to overcome?
It's just that. It's contagious. It's infectious, and our guys feed off of it. He doesn't do it for that purpose. That's just who he is. That's how he competes. So I think it's great. We need those momentum plays when, you have those lulls offensively. He's going to get you second possessions. He's going to make a play defensively for you. Those are impactful moments that can change the whole shift of a quarter.
How much are things like, I think it was like 20 turnovers or something, maybe the late game offense? Are those concerns on a night like tonight when,
Sure.
First game, big win?
Well, they were concerned all preseason. So still something. We did a slightly better job tonight, and they missed shots they probably would make. But we've got to iron that out because we're going to see it time and time again.
And then I think I saw Davis holding his right arm. Did he nick something out there? I
didn't see it. I think when he took the charge, he may have landed a little bit awkward, but it didn't seem to affect him.
And then last, Kuz's 15 rebounds. What kind of looking flourish? I didn't see that.
No, that's just another dynamic where we've seen him be a playmaker. We know he can score, but just an added dimension. A guy with his size, ability to clear rebounds, push it in the open floor, make plays. That's big.
You talked about weathering the storm. Does that kind of come from the emotion that was in this building after the length of time this Raptors team has been away from here?
No question. I mean, that's going to be every home openers for, the next few days. But, that's also, those are playoff atmospheres. If that's where we see ourselves being, we better get comfortable in those type of situations.
We'll go to Zoom now. We'll start with DA.
I have to ask you first, Wes. Well, first, congrats on the win. Did you have to change clothes? Was there any type of post-game shower involved?
Yes, unfortunately there was. They chose every cold bottle of water in the locker room, and I got doused. But it was a good feeling.
They got into you and they cut it down a little in the fourth quarter. I just wonder when you have a vet like KCP who can kind of shot fake, get himself open and hit kind of a calm three. How important is that for your squad this year?
That's going to be big for us. I mean, it's funny because he had 2 or 3 of them that he missed, and I told him I want him to shoot that shot every single time because he's going to make the lion's share of them. And those are great looks for us. Once again, those are momentum plays where they're trying to make their way back into the game. It's a backbreaker. You knock down a tough three, you sidestep the defense, get them lifted, clear space, step into it with rhythm. That's that can pretty much seal the win.
Thanks.
Chase.
Hey, Wes, congrats on your first win. Just what was it like and how did it match up with your expectations coaching your first regular season game?
Aside from, all the firsts and all the text emails, I got today, it felt like the preseason games, honestly. I had the same nervous feeling to begin with, and then you relax, you just coach. So it's obviously the crowd was into it. It's a great atmosphere, and you're always going to get that here in this building. But aside from those things, it was business as usual, and I was really happy to see the way we responded.
5 blocks and 2 steals for Daniel Gafford, and some of them were pretty timely. Just what can you say about his defensive performance tonight?
Well, he's done that all preseason, and I'll give him credit, but I want to give all of our guys credit. I thought we really did a good job defending them. And, of course, it wasn't perfect. They missed shots they probably would ordinarily make. We got away with some things here and there. But, overall, it was was a really good defensive night for us. So I'm really proud of how we responded and how we approached tonight's game.
Neil,
Hey, Coach, congrats again. I'm sure we'll ask you the same question tomorrow, but the unveiling of your dad's bust, I'm curious, have you given that much thought? And I'm sure it might hit you differently tomorrow.
Honestly, I haven't given it a lot of thought. It's been on the docket, so I was aware of it. Obviously, tomorrow will feel different. Tonight is just about the 13 guys in that locker room, the staff, our whole traveling party. We've worked really hard up to this point, and it didn't have a lot of success in the preseason. So I'm glad that they were able to feel this. This is good for everybody.
And I'm sure you'll give it more thought after looking back at the film. But 5 of 27 from 3 for you guys. Anything 280 just shots not falling, and did you more or less like all the shots that you were getting?
For the most part, yes. Not all of them, but I still thought we were able to find the open looks. Ball moved well, and when it did, we generated the right shots. So, it didn't fall for us tonight. But once again, that's a credit to our defense. It was a defensive win, in my opinion.
Thanks, Coach.
Chase, did you have another question?
Yeah, Wes, what did you like about some of the lineups where you blended the starters with bench players?
Well, I think that's just how we have to play. I mean, I said this the other day, the game will kind of tell you who needs to be in there. And, it evolves, has a flow. And we always kind of map out our rotation before the game. And, once the game starts, we have to read it. What you like, what you don't like, some of the matchups, who's playing well, who might have foul trouble. So all those things will kind of tell you, the pattern. So it's going to happen, and it might change slightly from night to night, but we have 10, 11 guys that we can play. So it's a credit to our front office for giving us the depth and flexibility we have, and we just have to find out how to use it to our advantage.
Last question to Karita.
Hey, Coach, you alluded to the excitement in the locker room. What was your overall message to the team after the game?
Well, it's great to get that first one under your belt, but let's not be satisfied. It's a long season, so we can get excited about one win. That's great, but we'll look at it. We'll try to get better with certain things we struggled with tonight, and turn the page. And then we have to turn our attention to the Pacers. So it's great to start the season off the right way, but by no means do we rest on that. We have to keep pushing, keep working, and we have to make sure we're getting better.
That's it, Coach. Thank you.
To kind of bury the game, but congratulations on your extension. Just what kind of message, I guess, did you get from that? The team having that kind of confidence in you?
Really just, just night in, night out. I come in and I do the things that, I'm good at, and I do my job. So that's the main thing with just having guys, put all their confidence and their faith in me. I can't even talk, but just having them, put all their confidence and faith in me, it's real big for me because, I feel more wanted here, day in, day out, coming in the facility and stuff. The atmosphere is great. Everybody's loving, everybody's caring. We all want to win. So, I feel like I'm home here, and I had no choice but to take it, basically, because, it's my home. I want to be here for a while, and I just can't, I'm speechless with it. It's my first time ever having that much money close to my name. So,
yeah. Wes, talking about the game tonight, Wes called it a defensive win because he said you guys were kind of weather the storm, the kind of runs they were making. What was your evaluation of the defense?
I feel like we came out and we handled business. We came out, we had a defensive mindset first. We didn't worry about anything offensively. We stayed poised. Like it's the last couple of minutes at the end of the game, we stayed poised. Even though they was coming, it came out hot. The second half, well, like in that fourth quarter, we came out, real aggressive, played more physical, I would say. But we stayed poised, and we did what we had to do on the defensive end to be able to, sustain the win and just stay locked in mentally and be able to get this first win for us.
How satisfying is it to achieve that goal of coming out in an environment where you knew the Raptors were going to, have all this extra energy coming back? Did it kind of please you more to achieve that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because, we all knew that, the arena was going to be crazy. It's their first time back in Toronto. So, I mean, everybody knew that the arena was going to be full. You know, we had Drake here. It was just, the energy was just out of this world. I really can't explain it because it's been so long. It feels like it's been so long since we've had fans in the arena. So just hearing, all of that noise it's like, it's like weird, because it felt like we hadn't had it in so long. But just having all that energy and all the screaming and yelling from the Toronto fans and stuff, it's just something that we had to play through for sure, because we knew that we're going to come in with a lot of energy. Like I said, it was their first year back in this arena. So we just had to come out and handle business, no matter if it was a lot of energy, if it was a little bit,
We'll go to Zoom now. We'll start with Chase.
Hey, Daniel, congrats on the extension. Coach Wes said that he thought maybe it would take some pressure off of you. And I've heard other players say that it relieves some pressure when they get that contract. Do you feel that way for yourself?
It does, day in, day out, I feel like I would have to, look over my shoulder just to have that feeling of like, sooner or later I might be getting traded again. So just having that feeling and having that relief and all that weight taken off my shoulders is a real big thing for me. Now I can sleep good,
And what was it like getting Wes Unseld his first career win?
It was great. I'm pretty sure he's still feeling it too. I think we drenched all the clothes that he had when he came in the locker room after the game. But I mean, it just feels real good to get the first win of the season, have him get his first win, as a head coach. Pretty sure that's right. Am I lying? Okay. Just making sure. I don't want nobody to say nothing about that. But it just feels real good, especially to win, because we've worked to get to this point. So we just had to come out and play the game. Really just had to come out and play Wizards basketball. And that's what we did tonight.
DA.
Gaff, wondering what you think you and Trez together kind of provide that 1-2 punch in the middle, and how his presence helps you and how you think your presence helps him.
I mean, you said it basically, the 1-2 punch, really. I try my best to set the tone throughout the first 5 minutes of the game, whether it's blocking shots, scoring, having rebounds, anything like that. And Trez comes in and he picks up where I left off. That's the main thing, And if I don't start the game off with great physicality or great energy or anything like that, Trez is going to come in and he's going to for sure do the same thing. Trez comes out and he has a lot of tenacity on the boards. He's not taking no BS with nobody. He got his first tech. I mean, he got the first tech of the season tonight. Mm-hmm. So that's a good thing, just having somebody come out, be able to just, not take anything, attack the glass, block shots, dunk everything. Sooner or later I'm going to be dunking like him, shaking the basket and stuff. Hopefully I don't get no tech or anything. So other than that, man, like you said, 1-2 punch.
I'm sure you've gotten your share of technicals before, but have you ever gotten one for yelling at Drake?
No, I haven't. No. Hopefully it never comes to that. But I don't think he was yelling at Drake, to be honest. I think him and Drake were just having a conversation and somebody said something to him. But that's, it's a little bit out of my area.
Neil.
Hey, Daniel, congrats on the contract. First thing, it looked like you got hit a little bit. Are you in the face? You okay after that?
Yeah, I took a couple of blows to the left side of my face, right side, and my nose. But, I mean, I'm a tough guy, rub a little dirt on it, going about my day.
Fair enough. And for you guys defensively, improving on some of the things that gave you guys trouble in the preseason, how did you guys see that executed over these past few days in practice? And do you feel like there's even more things that you guys can still correct to be even better?
It's a lot of adjustments that we can make, I would say. But tonight we did all the things that really helped us get this win. Whether it was pick and roll defense, blocking shots, rebounding, with some slip ups there that I would say we would have to adjust to. But just the main thing overall, we locked in and we did all the things we had to do defensively to really just, bring this win back home.
I think that's it, Gaff. Thank you.
And either of you, one of you, describe just the atmosphere in the locker room after getting Coach Wes Unseld his first win.
First person, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. It was exciting. It was electrifying. We we definitely recognized, this is his first win. That was super important to us. We kind of had it planned the whole day yesterday. So it was definitely exciting, for us to come out for 4 quarters and pretty much play a good game. We got sloppy in the 4th, but, we executed well, and it was good to be able to get him a nice first win here.
Trez, Wes called this a defensive win for you guys. Then you're able to weather the storm really well. Do you kind of agree with that? Was the evaluation of the defense in your point of view?
I would definitely agree with it. Just because we was tied in together. We made the rotations. We covered for each other. Even when we broke down and guys got open, or created a mismatch, we covered for each other. And that's what it's about. We're gonna have to do that all year. We're gonna have to make extra rotation. We had to make extra effort plays, and I think we did that tonight to a high level, and they came out with a big win for us.
Brad, you had a nice moment when you had the nice gap pass to Trez and Unseld make the jump. I think you bagged him afterwards, saying thank you. We've talked about how you might not have to exert max energy night in and night out tonight. Was that a good sign of things to come tonight? How did you kind of view that ball movement?
100%. Like, I felt super energetic, like at all times, and especially in the 4th. Granted, we were sloppy, but I know I can get better shots and I can get good looks, and I just felt good, So it definitely feels great to be able to have guys who can put the ball on the floor, shoot the ball. I don't have to make every single play.
I didn't think he took no bad shots tonight.
I never think about
it.
I love the fact that I have guys who can really create, and I don't have to do a lot of that leg work. I can focus on the defensive end, focus on rebounding, focus on creating shots for other guys, versus just myself. So it's great. It is definitely great, but it's one game. We got to continue to build on.
And what did you think of the second unit? You guys had some good combinations. I think it was even who's playing with the rest of the second unit guys at some point. Neto was in there at some point. You guys were able to kind of keep moving and stay continuous.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to figure out our rotations. Coaches, obviously we have a very competitive and deep group. So I will hate to have his job for one. It's very tough to figure out who will play, how many minutes they'll play. Because everybody's deserving of it. Everybody goes hard in practice. Everybody's proven that, they deserve minutes. So he's just exploring options, exploring different lineups, and they've been successful. Sometimes we're small, sometimes we're a little bit bigger. Sometimes I run a point, sometimes I'm off the ball. So it's been really good, and he mixes it up and keeps defenses on their toes.
That's the last one for me. Was your tech for John with Drake, or were you talking to someone else?
Nah, let's go and clear that right now. Hey, look, I need my money back first, NBA. I definitely need my money back because that definitely shouldn't have been no tech. If so, you got to give it to me and the coach. Me and Drake was laughing. There was no problems there. Me and Drake cool, even talked after the game. It was cool conversation, but it turned left when the coach started chiming in behind the bench, thinking that barking is something that's gonna shake me. Yeah, sound good. I don't need all of Toronto on my bumper now. Don't start DMing me. Get out my Instagram now. Like, me and Drake cool, y'all.
We're trying to get out tonight.
You feel me?
You hold that border up on your ass.
Brad, on top of getting the win for yourselves and winning for Wes, what does it mean to come in here and spoil this Toronto homecoming that was such an emotional night for this team?
He was saying that at the beginning of the game, when they had a bunch of, I guess, they had kind of had like a little concert.
I had a concert going on,
That's what
man.
he said. He said they had a concert. He said, so make sure we're locked in, ready to go from the beginning because, we're here to play basketball. We're not here to put extra. So that was a great message from him for sure to the rest of the group because we were locked in and it's tough because you get stiff. You kind of lose your focus for a minute, but he did an awesome job of rallying us together at the right time, right before we went out on the floor, and we took off from there.
Bradley, this is the first time crossing the border, coming in and dealing with the modified quarantine in Toronto. Did that change any of your preparation? Like, how did it compare to previous trips you've made to the city?
You know what? It didn't because I don't do nothing anyway. I sit in my room on the road anyway, so it was fine. It was just like last year. So I mean, I'm just not allowed to leave my room. I have to quarantine, wear my mask. Don't share an elevator with people. Don't let anybody in my room. So it's the same thing we had last year and in the bubble. So it was cool. Man. Hey. So we good.
Chase.
You know they gotta go there, man.
Hey, Brad, I know you're a big fan of Daniel Gafford and his game. So what did you think when you saw that the Wizards extended him?
Every time I see Gav, that's all I do. I just clap for him because I'm happy for him. I'm a firm believer in rewarding guys who work their tails off and who help contribute. You know, he's a very special talent. You know, to see the deal he's on now and then what he just got in his extension is, you know, that's life changing. You know, you could be nothing but happy for him and his family. You know, but it's a chip off his shoulder. Now he can go out and hoop. You know, and I think that's what I love the most about him. He's just going to constantly get better. The game is slowing down for him. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he can focus on hoops. He don't have to worry about the contract. He got every single penny he deserved. So now we just got to continue to move forward, get better.
And Trez, you talked about how you were looking forward to this season and maybe getting back to the player you've been previously in your career. What did it feel like out there tonight? Did you feel like you were back to the guy that you know you can be?
I mean, really, I was just doing all the little things, just playing my game, and letting it come to me, man. I tell people all the time, man, I'm blessed to be able to play this game, be able to call it my job, man. And I don't take that for granted. As far as my previous years, man, those are in the past. It is what it is, man. But you know, yeah, I'm you know, I'm at the point where I'm cool with the game and how it took place tonight, but it's only one game. You know, we got to get ready to go home, prepare and get ready for another team on Friday, go with our game plan and get ready to get another win. But at the end of the day, man, I'm going to do my job to help you remember who I am. Simple as that, man. Ain't no need for me to continue to keep talking, saying this over and over and over again, man. I do my work just like this man next to me, man. What was done on them 4 lines. You can talk yourself all day long, man. It ain't going to mean nothing until you get into them 4 lines.
EA?
Brad, since Trez is tired of talking about himself, maybe you could a little bit. Just what do you think he and Gaff provide together as a 1-2 punch at that 5 spot?
I think versatility on both ends. And I think that's what helps us. They're both 2 bigs who, if we ask them to be up on pick and roll coverages to guard guards, they do it. If we ask them to be dropped back, they do it. So I just think they have a huge IQ, and they're pretty much the quarterbacks out there. You know, they control our defense. They control a lot of the things that happen and coverage-wise. So when they talk, we listen. And on the other end of the floor, they're so good athletically at, you know, meeting guys at the rim, finishing at the rim, that it opens our floor up for opportunities to drive, kick, find open shots, threes. But you can constantly see the growth between, you know, Gaff and Trez, you know, whether it's DHO work, throwing the ball in the flows, you know, little mini ISO off the block. They put in the work, you know, so we reward guys like that. And I'm a big fan of that. You always reward bigs, man. They work their asses off during the game. So you got to throw them a bone or 2 every now and then and keep them happy. But we got 2 dogs who we want to keep going and keep feeding.
Last question to Neil.
Hey, Brad, you know, as Trez said, you know, it's just 1 out of 82, but this is the 3rd time I think in your career that you guys have won an opener. Wizards, you know, gotten off to some slow start.
The first dog?
Yeah, I ain't been 1-0 in a long time.
I'm glad to be a part of that, bro.
Oh, man, I appreciate
ain't
that.
know that. Yeah.
And we ain't went up here in a long time either. So
That's like 2 went on in your book anyway.
Two special things today. It was definitely crazy that stat, Neil, but it definitely feels good to be on the other side of it. Because now it's just momentum into the year. You know, it's a good feeling into the rest of the game. You know, we have Indiana Friday. They're a tough team, but we have good juice and good energy to go off of, you know, from this game. Versus in the past, you know, you lose, you kind of get rattled, kind of assume the worst and try to figure out, okay, what's wrong? And it's probably nothing wrong. You kind of just, your mind wanders too much, you know? And so now we're in a position where, yeah, we know we won the way we know we could defensively, but we still have a lot to get better at. And I think we have the right mindset coming into the night and after the game, moving into product.
And I know, you know, you're one of your harshest critics. I'm curious how those opportunities from 3 felt for you. You know, not your greatest shooting night. Did you feel like they were good looks and they just didn't happen to fall tonight?
Hey, Neil, you watched me play how many times, Neil?
Hey, man, ball game, we won.
Hey, Neil, you watched me play how many times?
We won. My boy got a dub. That's all it's about. I told you, he ain't shoot no bad shots. We don't care about the shots that he takes, man. We're going to ride with him. We're going to roll with him. Simple as that, man. So I didn't think he had a bad night because at the end of the day, it ended with a dub. We'll see y'all in DC, man.
Appreciate it, Trez. Thanks,
Thanks,
Brad.
Brad. Thanks, Trez. Appreciate your time.
Cheers.